Hi, welcome to SGT University. I'm Dr. Sergio from Center for Languages and Communication. Today, we will be learning about phonetics, the organs of speech, place and manner of articulation, and the types of phonetics.
Let us find out what is phonetics. Phonetics is a branch of linguistics that studies how humans make and perceive sounds. Phonetics deals with the sounds of speech and their production, combination, description, and representation by written symbols. A linguist who specializes in phonetics is known as a phonetician. A phonetician studies the physical properties of speech. The orthography, that is the spelling of words, is misleading, especially in English. One sound can be represented by several different combinations of letters. For example, all of the following words contain the same vowel E in belief, Caesar, key, people, and see. The discrepancy between spelling and sounds led to the formation of the International Phonetic Alphabet (IPA). The alphabets used as symbols in the IPA chart represent all sounds of all human languages. IPA is an alphabetic system of phonetic notation based primarily on the Latin script. It was devised by the International Phonetic Association in the late 19th century as a standardized representation of the sounds of spoken language. The International Phonetic Alphabet (IPA) is a set of symbols that linguists use to describe the sounds of spoken languages. Before we get into IPA, let us understand the organs of speech. Look at these diagrams of organs of speech and find out the organs of speech. Speech organs or articulators produce the sounds of language. Organs used for speech include the lips, teeth, alveolar ridge, hard palate, soft palate or velum, uvula, glottis, and the various parts of the tongue. The function of the 8 parts of human speech organs form different shapes such as an oval and movement in order to make different sounds. The organs of speech. The production of any speech sound involves the movement of air. Air is pushed through the lungs, larynx or the vocal cords, and vocal tract, the oral and nasal cavities. Sounds produced by using air from the lungs are called pulmonic sounds. If the air is pushed out, it is called egressive. If the air is sucked in, it is called ingressive. Sounds produced by ingressive air streams are ejectives, implosives, and clicks. These sounds are common among African and Native American languages. The majority of the languages in the world use pulmonic egressive airstream mechanisms. Consonants. Consonant sounds are produced as air from the lungs is pushed through the glottis, the opening between the vocal cords, and they are classified according to voicing, aspiration, nasal, oral sounds, place of articulation, and manners of articulation. Voicing is whether the vocal folds vibrate or not. The s sound is called voiceless because there is no vibration, and the z sound is called voice because the vocal folds do vibrate. You can feel on the neck if there is vibration. Only 3 sounds in English have aspiration. Place of articulation: bilabial, the lips together; labiodental, lower lip against front teeth; interdental, tongue between teeth; alveolar tongue near alveolar ridge or roof of the mouth, between teeth and hard palate. Post-alveolar tongue towards a soft palate. Palatal tongue on hard palate. Velar tongue near velum. Glottal space between vocal cords. The following sound is not found in the English language, although it is common in languages such as French and Arabic. Uvular, raise back of tongue to uvula. Manner of articulation. We have stop sound, which is air is obstruct. So obstruct airstream completely. Fricatives, partial obstruction with friction. Affricate, stop airstream then release. Approximates, partial obstruction to no friction similar to vowels. The phonemic chart contains the 44 sounds of spoken English. Have a look at this chart. The place of articulation are bilabial, labiodental, interdental, alveolar, palatal, velar, and glottal. Manner of articulation are plosive, fricative, nasal, approximant, trill, lateral, flap, or tab. Next, we move on to the types of phonetics. There are three types of the study of the sounds of language: acoustic phonetics, auditory phonetics, articulatory phonetics. Acoustic phonetics is the study of the physical properties of sounds. Auditory phonetics is the study of the way listeners perceive sounds. Articulatory phonetics is the study of how the vocal tract produces the sounds. The study of acoustic phonetics was greatly enhanced in the late 19th century by the invention of the edition phonograph. The phonograph allowed the speech signal to be recorded and then later processed and analyzed. Acoustic phonetics. Acoustic phonetics is concerned specifically with the linguistic sounds that humans produce in spoken language. In human speech, the vocal cords are the sound source and the mouth filters the waves they produce to create specific complex waveforms that correspond with phonetic units of speech. Auditory phonetics is a branch of phonetics concerned with the hearing of speech sounds and with speech perception. It studies the relationships between speech stimuli and a listener's responses to such stimuli as mediated by mechanisms of the peripheral and central auditory systems, including certain cortical areas of the brain. Auditory phonetics, it is concerned with speech perception, principally how the brain forms perceptual representations of the input it receives. Basically, it focuses on listeners' ears and listeners' brain. Auditory phonetics focuses on the perception of sounds or the way in which sounds are heard and interpreted. Articulatory phonetics studies the way in which speech sounds are produced. Articulatory phoneticians explain how humans produce speech sounds via the interaction of different physiological structures. Articulatory phonetics is the branch of phonetics concerned with describing the speech sounds of the world's languages in terms of their articulations, that is, the movements and or positions of the vocal organs, that is, the articulators. The most influential system of articulatory description and transcription of speech sounds has been that of the International Phonetic Association, which aims to provide a phonetic symbol for every phoneme for every language.
So today we learn about phonetics, organs of speech, place and manner of articulation, and the types of phonetics. In the next lecture, we'll learn about morphology. So keep learning, keep growing. See you next time.